order, Mr. Clabbett. Are Granny and Ellie back from the hills?
No, but they's due any minute, and I sure will be glad to see 'em. Keeping a wild animal fed is quite a chore. Well, no, ma'am, I don't mean Jethro. Ellie left me with his grizzly cub, but he goes after victuals a heap like Jethro. You ever burp a bear, Miss Jane?
Burp a bear? Well, no, Oh, good morning, Chief.
If that's a personal call, leave 15 cents.
If you'd like me to come over and help, I have had some experience handling beasts.
Well, that's real nice of Miss Jane, but Cousin Bessie is helping with the other little critters. Besides, Jethro will be back from the airport with the women folk any time now.
Well, if there's anything I can do...
Get out of the way! Come here!
I'm afraid I have to hang up now. Captain Bligh wants me. You called?
Where's my morning newspaper?
Well, Chief, I don't think you should see it. It will only upset you.
What could upset me after what I've been through with those hillbillies? Jethro gets his induction notice. Jed buys him a tank. I have to be his tank crew. He dresses me up like Von Hindenburg and I get arrested, and I'm going to be upset by the morning paper!
Chief, everybody in the bank will hear you.
Gosh. This gets out. I'll be ruined. Oh, no!
Now, Chief. Old soldiers never cry.
It's so unfair. Jethro dressed up like General Patton and nobody even saw him.
Now, Chief, it's all over. Jethro returned the tank, and right now he's bringing Granny and Ellie home from the airport.
Get me out of this thing! Granny, you're busting my eardrum!
Hush up, both of you. This is the last time I'm ever hauling females in my tank.
Jethro, I thought you took that tank back to where you got it.
I did, Uncle Jed. But when I seen the kind of respect a tank general gets, I had to buy it back. You should have seen him saluting me at the airport. Soldiers, sailors, Marines, Air Force.
Granny and Ellie.
In the tank.
Jed, fetch my medical bag.
Are you hurt, Granny?
No, it's for the general.
I ain't hurt.
I ain't down there yet.
Now, Granny, Jethro's going in the Army. Let's be easy on him.
Jed, do you know what that boy put Ellie and me through? There ain't room in that thing for four.
I ain't neither.
Did you say 4?
Yeah, we brought you back a surprise. Come on, Pearl.
Oh, Pearl, come with you.
Well, that's what we call her. Come on, Pearl. I'll take you around back, Carl.
We named the pig for Jethro's ma, because it was Pearl who give it to us.
Noisy little critter.
That pig was the quietest female in the tank.
You're asking for it.
Watch out, civilian. You're talking to a 4-star, 2-gun general.
Take them suitcases upstairs.
Oh, I need me a aide.
First aid is what you're going to do.
I thought you said Jethro got rid of this thing.
Well, that was my understanding.
Listen, there's only one way to stop this foolishness. Jethro must be inducted now, today.
But he hasn't had his physical.
We'll pull strings. That nut might decide to go in the Navy and Jed will buy him a destroyer. For the Air Force. And Jed might buy a B-52.
What was that about me buying a B-52?
I was just wondering what you might buy me. I'm going to be 52.
Oh, a birthday. What do you reckon he'd like, Miss Jean?
He'd like to be 52.
Where's Ellie Mae?
She's out back with the pig.
Oh. Is he still wearing that general's uniform? Well, speaking of Jethro, he can't go in the Army until he has a physical examination.
I'll get my medical bag and take care of it.
Hi, Mr. Drysdale.
Go in yonder and take your clothes off, Jethro.
What for? I'm going on maneuvers.
I'm going to give you a physical examination.
Granny, he'll be examined by an Army doctor.
Oh, no. It was one of them goomers that killed Jed's cousin.
An army doctor?
High-ranking one, too. General Peritonitis.
General Peritonitis isn't a doctor.
We found that out. Oh, take your clothes off, boy.
Granny, the army doctor.
Ain't gonna get their hands on that child. To them, he's just a number. But to me, he's Pearl's baby. And I promised her I'd take care of him. Now, go take your clothes off, baby.
Granny, couldn't you let the army doctors examine me?
They're too rough, sweetheart. These are the soft, gentle hands of a healer.
They's about as soft as a gator's hide.
Take your clothes off.
How's it look?
Oh, Mr. Clampett, don't waste your time polishing this silly little old tank.
Maybe you're right. Jethro wants me to buy him a great big brand new one.
It's a beautiful thing. Please, Mr. Clampett, don't buy Jethro any more equipment. The Army will take care of that. They'll train him, outfit him, give him 3 square meals a day. They'll turn him into a real fighting man.
They sure will if they cut him down to 3 meals a day. Where is the boy?
Well, Granny's giving him his physical examination. Now, that's another thing the Army will take care of.
Not like Granny.
Your temperature's normal. 142.
142 ain't normal.
It is if your thermometer has been sterilized in boiling water. Sit down. Cross your legs. I want to check your reflexes.
I got a busted knee.
Oh, how long have you had that? The Army don't like crybabies, Jethro. Now sit down.
They won't even let me in the Army. All crippled up like this.
Sit down before I give you another promotion.
Promotion?
That's right. I done give you 1 stripe. You want a buck for a corporal? Now, open your mouth and say, ah. I want to look down your throat. Sit stealer, you're going to get a grilled gullet. My, what an eating machine. I declare you got more teeth than a garfish. What's the matter with your tongue, Jethro? It's coated something terrible.
That's wax.
I declare you'll eat anything. Good thing there's a doctor in this family. Now, hold still. I want to look in your ear. Just as I suspected.
What? What's the matter?
Nothing. Some things the patient is better off not knowing. And now I'm going to take care of that busted knee.
Oh, wait a minute, Granny. Wait. Let the Army take care of that, huh?
Now, you listen to me, boy. Your Uncle Jed is paying for everything else. The only thing I got to offer is my medical skill. And that's going to be my contribution.
Yeah, but what are you fixing to do with the saw?
I'm going to cut you some splints. All right, boy. You can put your clothes on now.
What'd you say, Granny?
I said you can put your clothes back on.
Well, how'd Jethro make out on his physical, Doctor?
I passed him, Jed. But he's got some bad health habits he ought to break.
Oh? What are they?
Well, for one thing, he eats hot wax.
Hot wax?
Got the roof of his mouth all sooty. He's bumping into things and busting his knee.
Granny, I can't get my general's uniform on over these splints.
The splint stays on.
Huh?
I said leave him on! Doctor's orders! And if the knee gets to paining too much, chew some of these gimp leaves.
Oh, gee, Granny, I don't need any of this.
Well, boy, Mr. Drysdale
Huh?
said... Mr. Drysdale said, wear your regular clothes to the Army place. No uniform.
Doggone. I ain't hardly in yet, and already I done been busted back to a civilian.
Well, it seems hard to hear.
I put corks in his ears
What's first?
so the wind won't blow through. I'm telling you, Jed, if you was to finger his ears, blow into his mouth, you could play his head like a ocarina.
Come in. Sir, the young man Mr. Drysdale talked to you about is here, Jethro Bodine.
Oh, yes, he's the young man who's so anxious to join up.
Yes, sir.
By George, it's a pleasure to meet a boy like that. I'm getting sick to my stomach of those draft-dodging, card-binding hippies with their psychiatric cop-outs. They're turning our national symbol from an eagle into a chicken. Now, a boy comes to me who can't wait to serve his country. A boy who loves his country. A boy with blood in his veins instead of flowers in his hair. What's he look like?
Well, he's a big, husky fellow, sir. He looks like he came right out of the hills.
Another Sergeant York. Well, here's one boy that head shrinking down the hall isn't going to Section 8. Bring him in.
Yes, sir. Mr. Bodine, would you step in here, please?
That, a game leg, and he's ready to fight. You're a real patriot, my boy.
Huh?
Don't you hear, boy?
What'd you say?
Crippled, hard of hearing, and he's ready to serve. Can you see, boy?
What?
Don't you worry, lad. We'll mend that broken body. You've got the soul and the spirit of a hero. Lord Nelson had only one arm, but he saved England. Process him, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. This way, Mr. Bodine. Come in.
Good afternoon, Colonel.
Well, what do you want, head shrinker? You gonna psych out some more of those mother-hating hippies?
No, I came in to talk to you about your hillbilly hero.
Who?
Superboy, Jethro Bodine.
Look here, couch jockey. You're not gonna make one of those Freudian freaks out of this boy. He's got real soldier material. He's the new Sergeant York.
You mean Sergeant Bilko?
What?
I talked to some pretty clever draft dodgers in my day, but this boy is the greatest.
Ah, you don't know what you're talking about. This boy wants to serve. You just haven't been able to communicate with him. He's hard of hearing, you know.
Not anymore. I took the corks out of his ears.
Corks?
Right ear, left ear.
Oh, come on, Doc. No boy is that stupid.
I didn't say he was stupid. In my book, he's a genius. We have had fellas come in here with their lawyers, their mothers, their teddy bears. This boy does it with corks and a limp.
Of course he limps. He's got a stiff leg.
Not anymore. I took off the phony splints.
What do you mean, phony? That boy was in pain.
Sure he was. His grandmother hit him in the knee with a hammer. He's also the one who put the corks in his ears.
Well, that's understandable. His grandmother doesn't want him to leave home. He's the breadwinner. They're poor.
Not anymore. They've got $60 million.
Huh?
They live in a mansion in Beverly Hills.
Then why did he come in here dressed in those old clothes?
I tell you, he is a genius. Get a load of this kid's reasoning. Now, he wants us to think that he's stupid enough, to think that we're stupid enough, to think that he is stupid enough.
Ah, baloney. Let me tell you something, psychiatrist. Jethro Bodine came to me recommended personally by one of the most eminent citizens of Beverly Hills, president of the Commerce Bank.
You mean Field Marshal von Hindenburg?
I don't understand this.
It's all part of an elaborate plan to keep this boy out of the Army. I tell you, it's brilliant. They have spared no expense. The brain that conceived this idea...
Come in!
Excuse me, sir. You too, sir. Can I join the Army now and go to the front and commence the fighting?
Really want to go, Jethro?
Oh, yes, sir. There's just one thing. Sure would like to have me some victuals first.
What?
Oh, that's what the boy calls food, Colonel. Jethro, sit down, son.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Colonel, This is where he really showed his brilliance. He had me convinced that he was a compulsive eater. Let me show you something. What is this ink blot a picture of? The truth now.
It's a nude woman.
Of course. And this?
Same thing.
That's right. They're all nudes. You know it, I know it, and Rorschach knows it. Get a load of this reaction. Jethro, what is this?
Oh, that's a picture of the ham hock he showed me before.
And this?
Hog jowls, pork chops, chitlins, possum shanks. Oh, man, ain't she a beauty?
What is it, Jethro?
Big, fat old turkey hen.
Okay, thank you, Jethro.
Can I join now? It won't cost you nothing. Uncle Jed's going to pay my way.
Pay away in the Army?
Well, yes, sir. Board, room, uniform, guns, tanks, airplanes, everything.
I wonder if I could talk to this uncle of yours.
Sure. You can talk to my whole family.
I'd like that.
I'll go fetch them right on down. Hey, and I can show you some of the things my Uncle Jed done bought for me, too. Hey, now you wait right here now, you hear?
Don't worry, we will.
What do you suppose is keeping the boy?
He's getting his family together over at Central Casting.
Well, he could have a family, you know.
Oh, mark my words. He will walk in here with the wildest so-called family you've ever seen.
Ah, you're a cynic. I still say that boy...
Right in here, sir. Stand at ease, man.
Jethro?
Well, how do you like it? Uncle Jed bought it for me. The whole family come with me.
Are they loaded?
Yeah, Granny's the only one that ever takes a nip.
Is that Granny?
No, of course not. That's Cousin Bessie. And that there's Ellie, Mrs. Granny, and that there's Uncle Jed. This is my whole family.
Wild enough for you?
You must be the rich uncle.
Oh, I don't know if you could call me rich. I got about 65 million.
Not more. We just spent $10 million on our castle in England.
Ellie, he ain't interested in our castle.
I am. You have a real castle?
Yes, sir.
Big one?
Yes, sir.
With a moat and drawbridge and knights in armor?
Yes, sir.
Any dragons?
Yes, sir.
Knock it off. You must be Granny.
That's right.
You the one who put the caulks in Jethro's ears?
Yep.
Was it to keep the boy out of the draft?
Oh, it was to keep the draft out of the boy.
You must be Cousin Bessie.
Oh, no, sir, I'm Cousin Ellie. This here's Cousin Bessie. I wanted to bring Pearl along, but Granny wouldn't let me.
Well, she was too gamey with all of us closed
Granny,
up.
he ain't interested in Pearl.
I am. Pearl is Jethro's mother. I'll give you 2 to 1 he fakes a hostility. Watch this. Jethro,
Yes, sir?
how do you feel about Pearl?
What's there to feel? She's a pig.
Terrible thing to say, boy.
Well, it's true. She smelled bad enough when there was just the 4 of us in the tank.
What tank?
Oh, the tank my Uncle Jed bought me. You can see it. It's parked right up front yonder.
Well, leastways, Jed, they feed 'em good in the army.
What you mean?
Looky here. Ham hock, pork jowls, pork chop, chitlins, possum shanks.
Well, are you ready to see it my way? Is he the draft-dodging champion?
I guess so. What'll I do with him?
Put him in intelligence. He's a genius.
Well, Jethro, you can take your family back to the studio now. You'll hear from us.
Am I going in the Army?
Oh, very likely, very likely. But first, we'll have to find just the right spot for a fellow with your brain.
Yeah. You hear that?
We're proud of you, boy. He's the first one in the family to graduate 6th grade.
Well, thanks for coming, folks. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. You'll hear from us, Jethro.
Thank you.
Jethro, you don't really hate Pearl, do you?
Heck, no. I'm going home right now and give her a bucket of slop.
Playing it right to the finish. The girl, the ape, grandmother, the millionaire uncle, all piling it in that little tank.
There goes the general. A real, authentic genius.
I sure hope the Army can draft him before the CIA hears about it.
Au revoir, mon general.
A better man than I am, Gunga Din.
I'm just helping Ellie get ready for her date with Troy Apollo. Now, for the wedding, I think right here.
Well, now, ain't you being a mite previous? This is a first date. The boy's just coming over to go swimming.
Wait till you see the eye-popping bathing suit I made for Ellie. He'll propose between his howdy and his duty.
Ellie's already got a bathing suit.
Not like this one. Ellie, get down here and model your new suit for your pa.
I hope you didn't make her one of them new bikinis Jethro's always talking about.
Golly, I might have. I copied it from the last movie magazine that Pearl sent me from back home.
Here I am.
Sure ain't no bikini.
It's right off the cover of Cinema Sirens. Clara Bow was wearing it.
Granny, I'd he'd rather wear my regular bathing suit.
No more bare legs. When a boy sees that much skin showing, he's liable to think you're something other than a lady.
That's why you'll think I'm a fella.
Don't believe that's going to be a problem.
Oh, tell Granny you don't look right.
Jed, tell Ellie it does so.
Now, hold on. I've lived around women long enough to know there's only one way to settle these things. Get somebody else to decide. Now, Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane is coming over this morning to get me to sign some checks. We'll ask them what they think.
What matters is what Troy Apollo thinks.
Don't worry, honey. He'd like you even if you was wearing a rain barrel.
One of them sure would be a lot cooler than this.
Oh, why don't you go up and stand by your window? That way you can catch a breeze and keep your eye peeled for Troy at the same time.
Really? Ain't you overdoing it a little for this fella?
Why? Just 'cause I put a few signs out on the front porch.
What signs? Suitors, line up here. Don't crowd. Make your marriage proposals brief. Others are waiting.
After he sees all these signs, he'll propose just so he won't feel left out.
Granny, I'm ashamed of you.
Well, Ellie Mae's gonna need all the help she can get. It won't be too long before she is a full-fledged spinster once she comes voting age.
Granny.
Then all she'll need is a shawl and a rocking chair and a canary.
Please stop. It's just a matter of time before she goes walking down that aisle all dressed in white.
Yeah, with hair to match.
Hello, Miss Babbitt. Granny.
Howdy.
Greetings, all. Welcome, Troy Apollo. Is this for that young singer?
Yeah, he's got a blind date with Ellie Mae this afternoon.
Oh, wonderful. Blind dates are great. Always a lot of fun. And isn't that a fine-sounding name, Troy Apollo?
Hey, he's right anxious to meet Ellie, too, according to Mr. Cushing.
John Cushing of the Merchants Bank set this up? My competition?
That's right.
Oh, wait, Mr. Clampett. These blind dates never work out. The man's a total stranger. Only a weirdo would have a kooky name like Troy Apollo.
I never set much store by a man's handle. As far as there being strangers goes, they won't be once it's introduced.
Oh, that Cushing.
It was right nice of it. Got me right in the heart, too. Well, let's go in and sign a check.
I'll get the goose quill.
Holy underhanded, low
Now,
down.
Chief, you have been putting off getting Ellie a date. I rather suspected that one day Mr. Cushing would steal your thunder.
Who cares about my thunder? He's trying to steal the Clampett account.
Please don't stamp your foot again.
Why not?
It's very childish and extremely painful. Oh,
You know about pain. A few broken toes. I stand to lose my biggest account. That is pain.
now, hang on, Chief. There's always the possibility that Troy and Ellie will hate one another.
Oh, what a joy that would be. But I just can't sit here and hope. I've got to do something.
Chief, you won't stand in the way of Ellie's happiness.
Of course not. But I'm going to find someone who will.
You mean competition for Troy Apollo?
Right. And he's going to get here first.
But who are you going to ask?
Oh, what does it matter? Some pleasant, nice-looking fellow. I'm going to start by asking Cary Grant.
Sorry there were so many checks to sign, Mr. Clampett.
Never thought spending money could be this tiring.
Before you go, I want you to look at Ellie's new outfit. Ellie Mae!
Howdy, Miss Jane.
Oh, hello, Ellie. My, that is a nice-looking little dress.
Miss Jane, it ain't a dress, it's a bathing suit, and we like your thinking on it.
Your honest opinion.
Granny, to be honest with you, it's absolutely archaic.
See, I told you she'd love it.
Oh, I'll get it. Chief.
Wait till you see who I found for Ellie. He just won the title. Mr. Clampett, I have a date for Ellie.
She already has a date.
When she sees this boy, she'll throw rocks at Troy Apollo. Ellie, here's someone very interested in meeting you. May I present Mr. Universe? Show them, Dave.
That fella a date for me, Pa?
That's right. Kind of unusual name, Dave Universe.
That ain't all that's strange. Look at his arms. Swole up twice the normal size.
Let's get out of here and let them get acquainted.
How? That Dave won't talk. He just stands there flexing his muscles.
Now just make yourself to home, Mr. Universe.
Thank you, and call me Dave.
All right, call me Jed. This here's Ellie and this is Granny.
Hi, Ellie. Granny.
Dr. Granny. I hope you don't mind, but being a physician, I couldn't help noticing how you're, puffed up all over.
Puffed up? Yeah, well, I guess you could call it that. I used to weigh 90 pounds.
Oh, when did you first notice that your shape was changing?
Oh, I suppose within a week or two after I got the barbells.
The barbells, huh? That's what done all this?
Right. But enough about me. Ellie, why don't you get into a bathing suit?
I'm already in one.
Oh, I get it. You're wearing it under your sweatsuit.
What was that?
Don't say nothing. Remember, he's a sick man.
Will you hurry up, Miss Hathaway? It's hot out here with the top down.
Your concern is touching, Chief. But you have other worries. Something tells me that's Troy Apollo.
You're just too marvelous, too marvelous.
Hi.
I don't believe we've met. My name's Jethro.
You could have caused a lot of damage just then.
Nah, that bar's made of steel. I wasn't squeezing with all my strength.
Wait, Jethro. Mr. Drysdale warned. He told me about you.
They put you one up on me. I don't know nothing about you. What do you do mostly?
Look around and guess.
Well, let's see. Mr. Drysdale told you about me, huh? I know! You're a brain surgeon.
Try weightlifting.
Shucks. I don't need to. I already got plenty of muscles.
Yeah, and I can see where all of them are.
Say, you're a brain surgeon. How come you got Mr. Universe right across your chin?
Look, Jethro, I'm not a brain surgeon. My name is Dave. I'm a weightlifter, and I'm here to coach Ellie Mae. She's entered the Miss Universe contest.
Well, say, how about that? Anything I can do to help?
I don't suppose you'd leave.
Man, you don't have to worry about that.
Well, I left a couple of dumbbells out on the front porch. You think you could bring them back here for me?
Sure. What are their names?
Their names?
Well, I got to call them something.
They're dumbbells.
I'll be the judge of that.
What?
I don't believe in mean-mouthing folks just because they ain't smart as me.
Well, Granny's working on her cure. You go down there and keep Mr. Universe's mind off his trouble. Granny, do you see what I see?
I sure do, Jed. You got to admire his spunk.
Swole up as he is, that poor boy is trying to build himself a wheelchair. Is Ellie out by the pond with Mr. Universe?
Best I seen.
How you coming with your barbell cure?
Slow. I can't find a new laid buzzard's egg first. There's always plenty of them around, except when you need one. You need it when you need one.
Howdy, Jed Clampett speaking. Oh, Mr. Cushion, we ain't seen this Troy Apollo fella.
Yes, Troy is here at my bank, Mr. Clampett. See, there's been a little mix-up, but he's leaving right now.
Well, Ellie's already got a... Well, I reckon Troy and her did have a date. I'll tell you what. I'll have Ellie meet Troy out in front of the house, and we'll work it out from there.
Fine, Mr. Clampett. Well, I'll be talking to you. Goodbye. All right. Now, the real Ellie Mae is expecting you at her place. And if you see that Drysdale again, run over his foot. Now, get up there fast.
Well, I can't go too fast, man. The top's down, and I just got my hair the way I wanted it.
Move! She'll be waiting for you out front.
Then comes my next favorite pet. That's Esmeralda, my goat.
Ellie.
And then my favorite pet of all, Cousin Bessie yonder.
Oh, yeah, she's a little beauty, all right. That's a very pretty bathing suit.
Hear that, Bessie? Dave said that's a pretty suit.
Speaking of bathing suits, Ellie, if you plan to be Miss Universe, you're going to have to do something about that one.
I like you a lot, Dave. But I couldn't be Miss Universe.
Oh, now, Ellie, don't say those things. You're going to have that title if it kills me.
Dave.
Now, come on, Ellie, we'll warm up for a few laps around the pool.
Okay. I reckon if you get toward a swimming, you sure won't have no trouble of floating.
Ellie Mae, get out of the water with that outfit on.
Oh, it's ugly, but it is a bathing suit.
Granny told me you shouldn't get it wet. I don't know why.
I do. It's commenced to squeezing on me.
Trunk.
From the sound of it, it ain't stopped shrinking yet.
I gotta change. Excuse me, Dave.
Any friends of Dave's around? If you are, let out a yell.
Quit your bellowing. This is a hospital zone.
A hospital zone?
I ain't got time to explain. I'm looking for a buzzard's egg. I might have to go outside of Beverly Hills to find one.
Well, you're standing in the right place. There's a car coming that's gonna knock you clean to Pasadena.
I think that might be Troy Apollo. Run, get Ellie.
Ellie?
Troy!
Was that Troy Apollo?
Yeah, but you can forget about him. He tore out of here like a scalded cat.
She didn't like the looks of the house.
Anyway, we gotta turn our attention back to Mr. Universe. He may be sick, but at least he's interested. That's my cure, Jed.
Hadn't you better turn the fire off so it'll cool down?
Oh, it is cool. You should have seen it bubble when it was hot.
Hey, that may cure barbell bloat, but it looks like it'll kill the patient doing it.
Oh, Mr. Universe is taking a chance. But either way, he gains. If it don't cure him, at least he's saved from a lingering death.
I believe I'd mentioned that to Dave. He may not agree he's getting all that good a deal.
Ellie's fetching him. But he better not pass this up. It's the best medical science can do for him.
There he is, Granny.
Right with you, Granny. As soon as I take a few of these nutrient pills, I'd fall over without them.
Well, you can forget them and the barbells, Mr. Universe. The end is in sight. One way or another.
Come on, Ellie. All we can do now is hope. Dave is in the hands of a specialist.
I want you to take this. Here.
Granny, if that's lunch, thanks, but I brought along my own special food.
What for?
Well, it's all I eat, you know, organic foods like soy biscuits and alfalfa and bone meal, ground kelp.
Dave, I think you eat nothing but that kind of stuff. It's maybe the reason you look like you do.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's that and the barbells.
I'm gonna fix you a decent meal before it's too late.
But, Granny, I don't have an appetite for regular food.
You ain't tasted it the way I fixed it. Here.
Granny, did you make this?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I think I'll stick to the ground kelp.
They don't answer the knock. They must not be home.
They are home. And you are going to meet the real Ellie Mae Clampett, or I'm withdrawing my bank support for you. And that means you can say goodbye to your ambition to become United States Senator from California.
But even I can't win the election on my singing voice alone.
Go around back and find Ellie Mae. And to make sure you stay here, I'm going to take your car. I'll pick you up later.
Mr. Cushing,
Don't press me, Troy. I'm still not sure that America is ready for a senator who uses curlers and a hairnet.
Ellie! Ellie, come on, let's go to work. Ellie!
I don't care how much my country needs me. It's not worth taking her out. I don't care if she is a snappy dresser.
Here I am, Dave. You feeling any better yet?
Ellie, I feel great.
Dave, you'll strain yourself. You hadn't ought to be lifting all that weight.
piece of bacon rind.
I ain't gonna cure it. We'll have to dip his head in hot creosote.
Now listen, Granny.
Calm down, boy. Granny, suppose you go out and look after your corn crop.
What's the use? Nobody can grow nothing around here. What with the crybabies, the crows, and the bats.
We ain't got no bats.
What about the old bat next door? Calls the police every time you try to do something to improve the place. Like raise hogs or chickens or run a few goats.
Granny, you can't fault Miss Drysdale for that. You gotta remember you're living in the city.
You call this living? I'm buried in the city, and I'm getting tired of it.
All right, Granny.
Why can't we live in the country where folks can breathe, raise things, and shoot off a gun?
All right.
Oh!
Young'uns, I got a first-rate idea. You know, Granny's birthday's coming up soon.
I know.
Yeah, I'm going to make a scarecrow for her corn patch.
And I'm going to make her a great big old cedar chest. You know how she's always talked about needing one.
It was dandy present. You know what I'm going to give her?
What, Pop?
A piece of ground. A nice plot out in the country where she can plant things.
Hot dog.
I'll call Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, excuse me, Uncle Jet. You don't have to call Mr. Drysdale about buying a plot of ground. I seen some for sale yesterday.
You did?
Oh, yes, sir. Out in the country, too. Great big sign alongside the road. Said, buy your loved one a plot in Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
Granny'd like that.
I like a pleasant spot.
Here he is. Happy Valley.
I'll call him for you, Pa.
Here's the number, Ellie.
Now remember, not a word to Granny. You want this to be a surprise.
Happy Valley, Mr. Mortimer speaking.
Howdy, Mr. Mortimer. This here is Jed Clampett. I'm wanting to buy a nice plot of ground for Granny.
I see. Jed Clampett, and you want something nice for your grandmother.
Well, no, strictly speaking, she's my mother-in-law.
Oh? Something inexpensive, then.
No, money is no object. I want the best you got, provided, of course, this land of yours is out in the country.
Oh, it is, Mr. Clampett. Happy Valley is in a beautiful pastoral setting.
Oh, good. It's pasture land. Well, I reckon that'll be just dandy. You see, Granny don't want to be buried in the city, especially in the backyard.
Well, I should hope not. As a matter of fact, it's against the law.
Oh, yeah, we found that out. Every time we go to digging, our neighbor calls the police.
Mr. Clampett, are you by any chance on welfare?
No, sir. Crestview. 518 Crestview Drive.
No, I'm referring to your ability to meet your obligations. I appreciate your calling Happy Valley, but I will have to ask about credit.
Well, it was Jethro seeing your sign, so I reckon he ought to get the credit.
No, Mr. Clampett, you don't understand. Let me put it this way. Do you have a bank account?
Yes, sir. I keep my money in a Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills.
Cheers, Pa, it's Granny.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
What's going on? You look guilty as 3 possums in a hen house.
What are you talking about, Granny?
Who was that on the telephone?
Well, nobody, Granny.
I'm ready to call on the bereaved family, Mr. Mortimer.
Good. Now, here's your fact sheet. The name is J.D. Clampett. The address is Beverly Hills, and the bank account is $65 million.
And the name of the loved one?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, it's J.D. Clampett.
I meant the name of the dear departed.
I don't know. It's his mother-in-law. They call her Granny. I want you to try to sell him a family plot. These people are loaded.
I see there are 4 in the family.
Yes, but I want you to sell them 5 plots, one for their banker.
Their banker?
Believe me, when Clampett goes, that guy'll kill himself. You know, come to think of it, the banker's married, too. Sell him a 6-pack.
Mr. Mortimer, try to remember you're not peddling beer anymore.
I'm not peddling plots, either. The guy that sold me this property said I'd make a killing here. I may have to get any business.
All right. You had fair warning. This time, you're going in a pot.
You don't don't leave off shooting, you're going to have the police down on it.
I aim to take one more shot of my rheumatism medicine.
I believe I'd take it easy on that jug, too.
This is strictly for medical purposes. I can feel the rheumatism burning its way up my legs. I gotta build me a fire break across my stomach.
More?
That was for my left leg. Better living through chemistry.
I think you ain't got rheumatism in your arms.
Come to think of it.
No, give me that. That's enough.
There's a man to see you, Pa.
Oh, it's about your mother-in-law, Granny.
You ain't from the police, are you?
No, I'm from...
Good. I was hoping they hadn't heard about the shooting.
There's been a shooting?
Miss Granny. What can I do for you?
I'm from Happy Valley.
Oh, yeah, I want to get a plot of ground for Granny. Oh, Ellie Mae, keep a watch out the back door, see we ain't surprised.
Yes, sir, Pa.
We have some very nice plots. How would you like a hillside location?
No, I had enough of that back home. Hillside ain't no place for planting. First good rain comes along, a body could get washed out. Ellie, you recollect what happened with the greens?
Sure do, Pa. We put 'em in on a hill back of the cabin. Along came a cloudburst. The next morning, there was greens all over that back porch.
You couldn't go out the back door without stepping on them. We just let the hogs and chickens have them. You warm?
No. As a matter of fact, I think I'm having a chill.
Well, have a slug of this.
No, thank you.
Good for what ails you. Sure took care of Granny.
What do you mean?
2 drinks of that, and she didn't feel a thing.
That's very, very merciful. Where is the loved one now?
Who?
Yeah, Granny.
Oh, she's out back in the corn patch?
In the corn patch.
Makes a dandy scarecrow.
See her yonder? She's propped up against that clothesline post.
You don't intend to leave her out there like that, do you?
Oh, she's all right. Just twixt you and me, she's pretty well pickled. Pickled? She was commencing to stiffen up.
Well, I think I'd better get back to the office.
Oh, wait a minute. What about Granny's plot?
Well, that'll be up to Mr. Mortimer.
Well, now, I want it nice and level and plenty big so we can put in some greens.
Greens out here?
Sure, we aim to put in a whole bunch of them.
Well, I'll tell Mr. Mortimer.
Yeah, and tell him not to say nothing. We want it to be a surprise.
Oh, yes.
And don't you say nothing either.
No. Word of honor.
What are you babbling about? Are you trying to tell me that Clampett shot his mother-in-law?
Shot her, pickled her, and put her out in the corn patch for a scarecrow.
What, are you putting me on?
Mr. Clampett and his daughter are cold-blooded killers.
Daughter's in on it, too?
They make Bonnie and Clyde look like the Bobbsey twins.
Well, what did you sell them?
I'm telling you, they are murderers. Back in the hills, they wiped out an entire family, the Greens.
You mean like a feud?
Yes, and now they're planning to surprise the Greens out here.
Hey, wait a minute. This may be just the break I've been waiting for. You can bury an awful lot of greens with $65 million.
I quit.
No, you don't. You're into me for 5 weeks' salary, and you haven't even sold your first plot yet.
Sue me.
I'll do better than that. I'll call Clampett, and I'll tell him your name is really Green.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Happy Valley, Mortimer speaking. Well, hello, Mr. Clampett. What a pleasant surprise. My salesman and I were just talking about you. Yes, he'll be right over with the contracts for you to sign.
Going back there?
Say, I never did catch that salesman's name.
His name? I'll spell it for you. G-R...
I'm going.
I mean B-R-U-B-A-K-E-R. Brubaker.
Did he tell you I wanted plenty of room to put in some greens?
Mr. Clampett, you can have one entire section of Happy Valley just for the green. We'll call it Green Acres. Huh?
cedar. It's pine.
Well, I know, but we ain't got no cedar trees.
You cut down one of our trees to make that?
No, sir. Cut down one of Miss Drysdale.
Why?
So Granny won't know about it.
Well, Miss Drysdale will know about it. She's going to yell bloody murder.
She ain't home.
But when she comes home and sees what you done, she'll likely call the police.
No, she won't. I gnawed the stump so it looked like a beaver done it.
Boy, get over there and dig a hole. We try to put in a new tree before she gets back.
Look here, Pa. I baked Granny a birthday cake.
Well, now, would you look at that?
Hey, that's hard as a rock.
Why, go dig a hole.
Yes, sir. You want me to bury it pan and all?
Science?
For the tree, boy, for the tree. Well, Ellie, that's a dandy-looking cake.
Thank you.
Got a lot of body to it, eh? What kind is it?
Oh, this here's a marble cake.
Well, now, I reckon you're going to write Happy Birthday, Granny, on there with icing, huh?
Yes, sir, Pa. Are we gonna have a surprise party?
That'd be nice if we could hide all this stuff from Granny for 2 more days.
Oh, I could hide my scarecrow and my cake in Jethro's cedar chest.
Yeah?
Well, I'll take this in and put some icing on it.
Oh, honey, that might be a little risky right now. Granny keeps coming back in the kitchen for rheumatiz booster shots.
Get out of my kitchen, you hairy little goober. Many times have I told you that apes are not people, they're varmints. Oh, I can't make it. My joints are all froze stiff with the rheumatiz. And relief is just to swallow away. Bessie, honey, help your poor old granny. I was only funning you when I called you a varmint. You was one of the family. Pull the cork and give your poor old granny some medicine. That's it, sweetheart. Now, pour some in the glass. Oh, you're such a darling. Raise the glass to Granny's lips so she can thaw out.
Granny! You have hit a new low, drinking with an H.
I ain't drinking of my own free will, Jed. This little varmint is forcing it on me. Shame on you, you little wino. Turned off kind of warm, didn't it?
Granny, listen to me. You go upstairs and take a nap.
Well, I can't. I gotta watch my corn.
You gotta watch your health.
I'll drink to that.
There you go. Now you go up and lay down and rest.
It's too hot in the house.
Well, then go in the root cellar and lay down.
Good idea. I'll take this with me to keep it away from that alcoholic ape.
Oh, I'll take it with me. Now you go have yourself a good long sleep.
How about a nightcap?
Good idea. Pull it down over your ears.
Can I put my scarecrow in the chest now, Pa?
Sure, Ellie. I got the lid fixed. All I have to do is now is saw off a couple of these boards square.
Oh, where's my cake?
Jethro's doing the printing for you. He's the best in the family, you know.
But I made the icing yet.
Oh. Well, here he comes. We'll tell him not to bother.
Hey, take a look at this letter. If you like it, I'll put happy birthday right above Granny.
You cut into my cake.
How'd you do that, boy?
With a hammer and chisel.
Give me that. You done broke my marble cake.
Marble is rot. I done broke 2 chisels on it.
Young'un, we got a lot to do before Granny wakes up. Jethro, you let her them garden markers. Ellie Mae, you commence calling folks and invite them to the birthday celebration.
Hey, Pa, look who's coming.
That's him, the one with the saw.
What is that he's making?
A casket. What else?
Why, it's horrible.
I warned you.
Yeah, I figured on selling him one of those $10,000 bronze jobs.
Let's drive on.
Oh, no.
That man is a drunken, mad dog. He kills in cold blood.
But he pays in cold cash. You coming, Mr. Green?
I'm coming.
Mr. Clampett, I'm Mortimer of Happy Valley.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Mortimer. That's my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Howdy.
How do you do?
I'll commence calling folks, Pa.
That young fellow over there with the markers is my nephew, Jethro.
Howdy. How do you do? Did you say those were markers?
Yeah, we're going to use them out at Happy Valley to mark off different plots.
Are they for the greens?
Greens or whatever else we choose to put in. Carbs, melons.
Not the Harvey melon.
I don't believe I'm familiar with them.
Good, but it still looks like we're going to do a lot of business. Brubaker, may I have those contracts, please?
How do you do, Mr. Clampett?
Howdy.
Have you heard anything from the police?
Well, no. For a while there, I was afraid Miss Drysdale next door was going to call him, but we think we figured a way to keep her quiet. Jethro! You got that whole dog for Miss Drysdale?
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed.
Fine and dandy. We'll find her quick as we take care of Granny.
Is Granny still in the corn patch?
Oh, no. She's stretched out in the root cellar. It's cooler there.
Mr. Clampett, I'd like to suggest that Mr. Brubaker and I take Granny back to Happy Valley with us.
No. We'll fetch her out day after tomorrow. That's her birthday.
Well, that's a very sweet sentiment, Mr. Clampett, but I wouldn't wait 2 days.
Well, if we don't, it's going to spoil the celebration.
Celebration?
Yeah, Jethro made her that pine box.
Could I perhaps suggest something in bronze?
Oh, no. The boy worked hard on that. It's kind of rough, but it ain't the gift. It's the thought.
And, your daughter Ellie made that marble thing?
Yeah, that's part of the celebration. We thought we'd put them and Granny on the truck, go out to Happy Valley and have a picnic.
Picnic?
Yeah, you know, music, dancing, victuals, a kind of box social. You having another chill?
Definitely.
Well, come on, have a little snort. You too, Mr. Mortimer.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, no, the man has invited us for a drink.
That's the anesthetic he administers before he shoots you. 2 drinks of that and you don't feel a thing.
Here you are, Mr. Brubaker.
No, thank you.
Well, how about you, Mr. Mortimer?
Well, certainly I'll have a shot, a snort. Well, down the hatch.
I wouldn't drink that too fast. You all right, Mr. Mortimer?
That's powerful stuff.
Oh, I got joy down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down. Look what I found in the root cellar.
Granny?
Did he say Granny?
That's the corpse.
Brought her back to life.
Let's go back to Happy Valley.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to subdivide that place.
What, no more cemetery?
Are you kidding? When they market this stuff, who's going to need it?
I'll take that, Granny.
Over my dead body. Oh, who's the pine box for? Somebody pass on? Ah, it's me! Here, Jed. I ain't never touching another drop again.